let's come to the incident that happened in Delhi. This young boy, he jumped from a metro station, climbed the railing, and he jumped from there on a metro track, and he lost his life. And he left a note where he has clearly stated that it is because of the school, the teachers. Teachers were harassing him. He was being targeted for different things. And he says that I'm left with no option but to do this. And he does it. And now the parents are obviously blaming the school, which is correct. If this is what was happening, the schools are at fault because they should have taken care. And they were reported. This matter was raised. It was brought to the attention of the management, perhaps, but adequate was not done. And for whatever reason, these teachers, instead of supporting the boy, as he felt he was being targeted. How much is that right? We are not the jury here, but there's something there. And what I personally know, my own experience, my interaction with so many of you, that is one area where there are big gaps when it comes to schools. Why do I repeatedly say it is a flawed education system which is there? Where you send your children so that they are, they are ready for life. But are they getting ready for life? You are sending them there with so much of hope. And then if this kind of thing happens, then what? Then what? This is the complete failure of the system. And many of the problems which are coming there, it is because of the schooling, because the education system, I've talked about it earlier as well. Many of the problems are there because of the schooling, the education system. But I know you guys still feel safe sending your children to school, spending a lot of money, a lot of time, efforts which goes there. But do you need to be mindful of it, of what is possible? I think yes. So firstly, your objective, your child should get ready for life. That's not happening. Even after the full education, once they complete 12th, college, post-graduation, that is the time when their struggle starts. Now, if you put in so many years of effort, why should there be struggle? But that is what is happening. So what is the point? That is something you need to answer yourself. The education system need to answer you and everyone else. I am very clear that it is creating a lot of problem. That is one aspect. Second is if it comes to this stage where children, yes, where children are taking this kind of extreme step, do we need to be concerned about that? And if anyone think that it cannot happen to me, think about it. Perhaps these parents also thought that way. And in both the cases, these children run from Jaipur 9-year-old and this Delhi boy 16-year-old, they both had conveyed it to the parent. It was conveyed. We are not happy. There are problems. We don't want to go to school. But as ever, parents have only one point. No, you have to go to school. I don't care. School, you have to go. And 80-90% of doing that. The children are not willingly, they are not willing to go to school for whatever reason. But school is something we can't compromise with. We can compromise with our child's mental health, emotional health. And it is deteriorating by going there. We think that our children are learning social skills, they are learning other skills, they are learning teamwork, none of them. They are learning bullying there, they are learning jealousy, they are learning how to have unhealthy competition, how to pull down others. They're losing their confidence. They're losing their self-esteem. A lot of these things are happening. These things are there. But our insistence that yes, the child has to go to school, even when we are facing problems, even when the child is crying, many times children are crying and they are telling you, and many times they're not even crying, they don't even tell you why, because they know that you are not going to understand. They are not going to understand. You are not going to understand. So they stop telling you what is going on deep in their head. School is responsible. Yes, school is responsible. But what about parents? No, it happened in school because this was the thing which was going on there. So two students committed suicide and parents didn't even come to know of that. How is it possible? How is that possible? What are the parents doing? What will they do? Now that's the question which comes. What will they do? They will wake up. They will wake up when the child is going through this kind of challenge. If your child is having an emotional, mental health issues and you don't come to know of it, you can blame the school, but I don't think only school is to be blamed. And you know what? In 80 to 90% of the cases, or maybe even much more, these children, if we can say that, fortunately, they are not committing suicide. And why did I say if I can say that? Because then they are surviving with all the negative mindset that they have, and then they become burden on the society, they become a liability. They are adding to the problem. They are adding to the problem. So as parent, if you don't come to know of it, or if you know it and you don't take actions timely, like in these two cases, I very strongly feel parent knew it, but they didn't take timely action. So as parent, what were you doing? It's okay, we'll see it. And unfortunately, there are some of you here also who are facing big problems, but you are okay with it. And we are waiting for disaster to happen. God forbid something of that sort. But even if that doesn't happen, you have made your child life hell. Now that is extreme. Now going back to the point that are your children getting ready for life? Are they getting ready for life? What is their potential? What is their capability? What are they going to achieve? What percentage? As parent, what's your commitment there? No, we are doing our bit. Ask yourself. How else? What else you can do? It's your responsibility to see to it. And this is a very, very unfortunate incident that has happened. And within a gap of what, less than 15 days, it is shocking. Shocking, but not surprising, as I said, because I had expected. And now with the second incident, it goes viral. The videos are going viral these days. They go viral pretty fast. More children will catch fancy to this kind of action because for them it's an easy escape. Run away from your problem. Most of you have learned to live with the pain, right? They haven't, and they look for an easy escape. I hope I'm wrong in my what I'm predicting. I hope I'm wrong, but somehow I feel that this is likely to happen. More children who are right at the edge, they may just take the step. We need to be careful with what we are doing.